Bonjour. Welcome to the cozymeadowknits podcast, episode 6. My name is Sophie, and I am coming to you from New Brunswick, Canada, where I live with my husband and 2 kids. It is February 13th today. I am home alone at the moment, so I thought it was the perfect time to record, and I'm so glad that I am. If you are a returning viewer, welcome back. Thank you for tuning in. And if you are a new viewer, welcome. Bienvenue. So happy to see you. This is a knitting podcast, all about my knitting and my recent makes and what I would like to make and my current whips and any other DIY crafty thing that I am doing at the moment. But right now I am knitting obsessed, so this is pretty much all. It's going to be all about knitting today. I hope you have a nice beverage, warm beverage, and a nice project. I hope you are cozy. I hope you are well, and let's get to some knitting talk. I am drinking coffee, which is much needed today, and it's delicious. Okay, so it's been a minute. It's been 3 weeks since I think I last recorded. A lot has happened. We have had a lot of snow, so a lot of knitting time, which is great. So I guess that I will start with what I'm wearing. I am wearing the Grevilla Shawl by Ambah O'Brien. I love this shawl. I thought that I would wear this shawl today because I am too warm to wear a knitted sweater. So it is sunny outside today. It's been actually relatively milder than usual, so I'm loving it. So I thought I'd wear a t-shirt and show off a shawl. I absolutely love this shawl. I wear it all the time. It is a lace shawl, and you have lace throughout. And this is how I usually wear it. I'm gonna get up. Yeah. So this is how I usually wear it. I love it. I wear it to work. Even in the warmer months, like in the summer, it's always cold where I work at the office, so I'm always freezing. So anytime that I can have something knitted around my neck or something to keep me warm in there is great. And so I used Leo and Roxy Basics. It is in the color, I think it's called light gray. I think it's in my project notes, which I forgot to mention again. You can find me on Ravelry as cozymeadowknits, and you can find me on Instagram as Sophie's Knits and Things, and there's underscores between all of the words. I will have everything linked down below where you can find me, and I'm pretty good on my project page at putting everything in my projects in Ravelry, so you should be able to find any details in there. So also, if I forget to link anything that I am talking about, because I'm going to talk about some patterns and I will link them all below, but if I do forget and you're wondering about something, please comment down below or send me a question and I will gladly answer. Okay. So just to give a little view of the shawl construction, I did not block this. I haven't blocked this yet. So, and I have a reason why I didn't block it, but it is an asymmetric shawl. I have it kind of tied together because that's how I wear it. But yeah, if you look at all the details, it is a very well written pattern. It's not a hard pattern at all. You do have to pay attention to what you are doing, But once you do the lace pattern repeats, there are a few rows of garter stitch, yeah, in between. So that gives you a good little break. And it's just so exciting when you are knitting on it and it grows. You just keep on going at it because it's gorgeous. The lace work is really, it's not complicated. And yeah, I really loved it. Now, as you can see, this is very, very lacy, and this is, I'm not looking at the camera, I'm sorry. This is full of mistakes. It is full of mistakes. I made a bunch of mistakes in there, and I am saying that because, as you can see, it still looks really, really nice. And don't be afraid. Don't be afraid. Even if you do a mistake, the way you're gonna wear it, you won't be able to notice it. I was off on stitch count on a lot of rows, but you know, you fudge it and you either decrease or increase if you are if you're off. And there's holes where there's not supposed to be holes, but you can't tell. You can't tell. So I just wanted to mention that. So don't be afraid. Don't be afraid of lace work if you have never tried it. I'm not saying that you can make tons of mistakes and it's gonna look great. If you have a big, huge hole, you're gonna see that. But little tiny ones and you're off by one or something, like you can't notice. So don't be afraid. Also, the reason why I didn't block this is because I kind of like the texture that it makes. I'm scared that when I am going to block it, to wet it and lay it flat to dry, that it won't have as much, not as much bounce. I don't know if you understand what I mean, but I just love the way that it looks right now. So eventually I will have to wash it, but I haven't yet. So, and this is how I wear it. So I usually tie the ends together because the ends are really long. So, oh yeah, and I used 2 skeins for this. I'm all warped up. Okay, so I used 2 skeins and I didn't use the full 2 skeins. I don't know how much there was left on the other one, but I just stopped when I thought it was long enough. And so I usually twist it, and then I just put it on and fiddle with it a little bit, but once it's at the right spot, just do this and then I cover. That's why I kind of wanted to show you before how I had it on. So, yeah, I think this is good. So this is how I usually wear it. And where is my shawl cuff? So you can wear it just like this, but I treated myself last year and I got this beautiful, beautiful shawl cuff. And it's a shawl cuff and it's real leather. And I did treat myself. It's a little bit pricey if you want, but it's a double. It works 2 ways because you can use it as a shawl, but I also, when I'm not wearing a shawl, in the summer, in spring and fall, I wear it as a bracelet. It's a nice chunky leather bracelet. It's quality made. I have no idea. I know where I got it. I got it at my local yarn shop. But, oh yeah, okay, so it is. I see the initials on it. It's by Brick Bobble. I'm pretty sure because there's the BB for it. So, pretty sure I will have this link below, the information for this. Not sure if this style particularly is still in the shop, but I know that she had a few. They're all different and they were really nice. So, if you're not sure on it, just because it's a bit expensive for just a shawl cuff, you can wear it as a bracelet and it's super cool. So I love it. Okay, so this is my shawl, Grevilla Shawl by Ambah O'Brien. Lovely pattern, you should try it. Okay, Okay, so I have one finished object. I have a lot of stuff to show. Yeah, I've been busy. So I have one finished object. Now, this is a gift to my lovely, lovely sister that I love very much. Hi, Debbie. It was her birthday on February 7th, and she turned 50. She said she was totally okay with that number, and so I was really glad. I didn't want her to be depressed or anything. But yeah, so I made her a pair of socks for Christmas, and she said that she loved them so much. She wears them all the time. They go skiing, cross-country skiing, and she wears them in the house, and she just loved them. So when she told me that, I was like, I know what I am making you for your birthday. And yes, I'm late. I'm late, but they are done. So if you don't want to see these before I go and gift them to you, look away, Debbie. But these are the socks. I love them so much. So these are just a basic vanilla pattern. It's my recipe, but it's probably someone else's recipe because this is just straight knitting. But what I do, I have a project page for these if you want to check it out. But quickly, what I do is a 2x2 rib for 20 rounds. It is a 64 count stitch. I do 70 rounds of stockinette stitch, and then I do a heel flap, a slip stitch, heel flap, heel and gusset, and then I knit for however long you want your socks. So on this pair I knit 70, and then I knit for another 60. So there's 130 stitches before starting the toe decreases, and then I just do a rounded toe decrease, and then just Kitchener stitch the toe, and that's it. So that's my recipe for the heel flap, gusset, and the toe. I do follow a pattern for that, and it is a pattern that I had bought from the Crazy Sock Lady, which was the Sweetheart Socks. So every time I go and I do the heel and the toe, I always follow her instructions that are in that pattern. And yeah, so these are the socks. The yarn is Evolution Sock by Estelle. It is my favorite sock yarn. I haven't tried a lot of sock yarns, but right now it is my favorite. And it's a little bit, I can't say it's not super soft. It is soft. It's a little bit rustic. It's not rustic. I don't know. It's a little bit toothy, but for the feet, I don't know. It's so cozy. I love it. They're warm, but they're just really great. It's a really great sock yarn. They wear great. Like, I haven't had any issues with mine yet. And the colorway is Rocky, and this is my favorite color. So favorite colorway. So I chose this because I have an exact pair of these in the same color. So those are my socks. Those are my sister's socks now. Okay, so that is my only finished object, and I have 1, 2, 3, 4. I think I have 4 whips. I think, if I look at the pile. Okay, so let's go on to whips, works in progress. So the first work in progress that I have is these socks. So this is the first one. It's a pair of socks that I am going to be making. I love this so much. Look at how nice it is. So cool. Okay, so this pattern is 24 Days Sock by Potter and Bloom. It is a paid for pattern, and I totally got inspired by Amy from Noble Character Crafts. I love her podcast, so please check her out. I will have her linked below. Oh my goodness, she knits a lot. And she crochets, so she has some crochet in there. I can't crochet, but I love to see her projects. And yeah, anyways, she has so many projects when she shows them on her episodes. So much inspiration. So go and check her out. Okay, so the 24 days socks. Amy made 2 versions of them, and as soon as I saw those, I was like, oh my god, those are beautiful, and I actually have yarn to do this. What I am using is, so you have all of these different colors. So the pattern is kind of, I think it was designed to use an advent calendar for it. 24 day socks, right? So I did get an advent calendar for myself for Christmas. So I have all of these mini skeins, gorgeous mini skeins from Sweet Skein of mine. And I did plan to use them on a blanket, which I still haven't picked up again. I will though, I will eventually. And yeah, so as soon as I saw those socks, I was like, I want to make them, and I want to use my colors that I got. So I won't talk too much of the construction because it is a paid for pattern, but the pattern is written lovely, and it starts with kind of like a twisted rib, and I'm not sure, I don't think I followed the amount on the pattern. I just did it however long I wanted it to be, and then you start striping in different colors from your advent, and in between those colors you go back to your main color and do like a purled row and something, but I don't want to say too much. But yeah, so, and that's that. I will say though that I am not perfect. And I'm going to be totally honest, these are not the most perfect stripes. I am weaving in my ends as I go, and there are instructions, or there's examples in the pattern on what you can, on how you want to do that, on how you want to weave ends as you go. You don't need to if you don't want to, but I wanted to. So yeah, I'm getting better at the color changes. These aren't for me, so I'm totally fine. And I will fix these little holes with my tail end. I'll go and sew them together or something. So I'm totally fine with that. But I am going to try a few different types of ways to maybe do jogless stripes, and maybe, I don't know, but I am getting better at it. So this is totally addicting. Also, the reason why I did cast these on is because I think it was 2 weekends ago. We've had snowstorms every weekend for the past 3 weeks. And this is the first weekend that we haven't had crazy snow. So, but I think on one of the snowstorm days, I wanted a storm cast on. Of course, right? Because any reason to cast on something, right? So I call these my storm socks. My storm cast on. So anyway, so these are totally fun to work on and absolutely addictive because you always want to see the next colors. So I think I'm alternating. I chose 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. I have 6 different colors, and then I repeat the next 6 different colors. I could have used all of the colors that I had in the advent, but I'm saving some of the skeins because they look so good together, and I just love the color scheme together that I want to use that in another project, I think. So these are some cool funky colors, so I really like them. I am knitting them on 2.5 millimeter, which is what is recommended, I think, in the pattern. So awesome pattern. Check it out. It is from Potter and Bloom, 24-day socks. They'll be linked down below. Okay, so that was one whip. What is the next? What is the next? I'll show this quickly. Oh yeah, because I had started this on my last episode. I had shown this as a very new cast on. I think I had just cast it on. That's all I had. So this is the Mount Pleasant top. It's a t-shirt, kind of like a crop top t-shirt, but I'm not doing it cropped. I'm gonna make it longer. So this is where I'm at. It is a bottom up construction with lace on the beginning. Wait. So I'm gonna try to show off the beautiful lace pattern. I don't know if you can see that correctly. So this is I don't know if I can put it where it's lighter. It's beautiful lace. So this is the edging on the bottom, and I am using Alley Cat yarn. Oh, I love Alley Cat yarns. It is in the colorway Rusty Maroon, and it is on her smooth sock base, and it is super soft. It really is soft, and yeah. So I absolutely love it. Oh, here you go. I think this is better this is going to block out beautifully. It's rolling up a little bit, but I haven't blocked it or anything yet. So yeah, I'll try to insert a picture of what this shirt looks like. But basically it is a cropped shirt. Again, I'm going to make it longer than what is in the picture. And I think I'm going to make it, it's a short sleeve shirt, but I think I'm going to make it like a 3/4 length. I think. We'll see. But I think that's what I want to do. And I think that's what I want to do. I've tried it on, like it's basically a hoop, but I wanted to make sure that this hoop was fitting my midsection. And it is. It fits great. I think I'm making, I have this in my notes. I think I am making size, no, I don't have it in my notes. Not sure. I think it's the 4th size that I am making of it, like size large. And what was I going to say about it? Oh yeah, so I tried it on. It fits. I don't know if I can pull that look off. I have no idea. I don't know. But I'm going to continue with it because I do love it. The reason why I say that is I kind of wanted it to go kind of, I don't know, kind of like here, I guess. Or maybe here. But I have the permanent baby belly, baby bump belly that I've accepted, and I'm probably going to live with it for the rest of my life. And it's okay. I'm okay with it, but it's not something that I really want to accentuate or attract attention to. So I don't know. I was trying it on and I don't know. But again, it's not blocked and it's not really with the shirt that I wanted to wear it with, because I do want to wear either like a tank top, a longer tank top, or underneath. We'll see. I'm still going to continue on it. I am alternating skeins. So if you can see, there's a little bit of variegation in the yarn, and I'm totally fine with it. Totally fine with that because I really like that look. And so I am alternating skeins, knitting one round and changing to the second skein, another round, and yada yada. So this is Mount Pleasant by Megan Nodecker. I think I haven't mentioned that. Beautiful pattern, very well written. She's Canadian, and she also, I think she has her website. It's called Pip and Pin, and yeah, I really love her patterns. I love her style. And go check her out. I will have this linked below. So that's that one. I haven't worked on that in the past, maybe like week and a half, I think. Because I have so many whips, right? We have so many whips. Okay, let's talk about this one. This is my silver lining sweater. The Silver Lining by the wonderful Jennifer Steingast from Knit Love Wool. So yeah, Silver Lining. I love this. This is version 2. Okay, so apparently, no, let me start again. This is the second version. So when I first cast this on, I think last month, I chose size E, or the 5th size for the pattern. I did the measurements, and I was just really scared that it would be small, too small. I'm always scared. I'm always scared when I'm choosing sizes. I really don't want it to be too small. So I went to size E. I went through the whole colorwork section, and I had split for the sleeves. And I was trying it on, and it fit, and it was kind of bunching up like this a little bit. It was very bumpy. I don't know how to explain it, but so I thought what I'm going to do is I'm going to block it and see how that goes. So I put it on some of this stuff. I have no idea how this what it's called, but it's kind of plastic rubber band. Anyway, I put it on that, I blocked it, and then I tried it on, and it was way too big. So I showed that version, the too big version, on my previous episode, and I already knew that it was too big. I had tried it on, and I was saying in my last podcast that I was going to go down a size, and I was fine with it, and I was okay, and I am, and I'm so happy that I started it again. But what I was saying is that I was going to go to the size down, and the size that I had made was size E, and I wanted to go to the size down to size F. So apparently I do not know my alphabet. I was convinced that was the right letter that I was saying, because I said it like 3 or 4 times, never even noticed it. And in my head, I already knew that I was going to do size 4. I was not going to do size F, but I was going to do size 4. No idea why I was saying F. So I have a few people that commented below and said that, don't you mean size D? You need to do size D. Don't do size F. It's too big. And I was like, what are they talking about? And then I watched it again, and then it hit me. I'm like, oh my goodness, I'm saying the wrong letter. So yeah, I don't know my alphabet. I apologize for that, and thank you for letting me know. But I already knew, like, I already knew which size I was gonna do, and it wasn't going to be F. I don't know. My mind was junk that day. I don't know. We all get those days, right? Yeah, but I thought it was funny, so I thought I was going to mention it, that I clearly don't know my alphabet. How embarrassing. Yeah, anyway. So that's the funny story out of it. But the good story out of it, too, is that I finished, again, I cast it on the 4th size, size D, the correct size, and it fits really good. The color work is great. Again, it's a little bit bumpy, if you can see, but that's because I unraveled the first version, and so hopefully this blocks out again smoothly. But yeah, oh, I love the colors. The yarn that I'm using is Cascade 220, and the colors are numbers. So I have all of those details in my project page for this if you want to check that out. Very well written pattern, easy to follow. The color work is just 2 colors. I hold the main color on my right hand, and I use my left hand for the contrast color. And I guess I can show you my floats, but it's not tidy or anything. It's nothing. Some people like to see this, so this is what it is. Some are longer. Sometimes I forgot to catch the float. Well, not forgot, but maybe went too long on a float. Anyway, nobody's gonna see that. So yeah, so this is version 2, and it's going great now. The color work is really fun. But then I was very happy to be on the body, because the body is just stockinette, and I knit the time that I have to knit mostly is at night. So after 8 o'clock, I'm usually sitting in my knitting chair and watching my little Hallmark movie. Yeah, I know, that's so cheesy and whatever, but it's what I like. So I just knit round and round and round, and I don't even have to look at what I'm doing. So it's amazing. I love it. So very much enjoying this knit. So happy. I can't wait to finish it and be able to wear it. And I think this is all I had to say about this one. So, okay, so this, that was 1, 2, 3. Okay, yeah, this is the 4th one. So of course, yesterday morning, I went to, I went to my local yarn shop. It had been like 3 weeks since I had been there. I had already an online order that I had purchased that was waiting for me because it had been storming every weekend, so I couldn't get out to the shop. Oh, I had a lovely visit. It was so much fun. Oh my goodness. I saw a few people there. Nancy, I met her at the shop once last summer, or I don't even know. And we saw each other once. We follow each other on Instagram, and we've been chatting back and forth ever since. And we actually saw each other at the yarn shop. She got in and we were like, "Oh my God, hi Nancy!" And she was like, "Hi Sophie!" And it was just funny because we hadn't seen each other again. So that was awesome. And then I saw 2 of my coworkers that came in, and it was so funny because where I work at the office, and they, ever since the pandemic hit, they've been working from home. And so I haven't seen them in like 2 years. And I was like, "Oh my goodness, hello." And I was like, "Do you still work at the same place? I don't even know. I haven't seen you in forever." And yes, they do. So, and now, my hair, sorry. And now they're knitting, and I'm so happy. They were knitting before, but I don't know why. We never really talked about it. So anyway, it was a fun outing, fun time. I stayed at the shop for like 2 hours, just talking and looking at yarn. So while I was there, getting back to the story, to the whip, while I was there, I saw these mittens. So I am making, this is my first pair that I will be making of mittens. I have made 1 mitten before, and only 1, and never did it again. So this is a mitten. It is a free pattern. It is called Oh Canada, and it is by, I gotta look at my notes, Kate Atherley, and it's on Ravelry, and it's a free pattern. And Meadow from the shop, she had a sample knit up, and I was like, "Oh my goodness, this is so nice." And it is made out of Litlopi. This is Let Lopi yarn. I have never knitted, I have never used this yarn before. It is a very, very rustic yarn. I've heard so much about it. And I knew it was very rustic, so she is hosting a knit along for using a Let Lopi knit along. And I wanted to participate, and it's been going on for like a month now, so I'm really late in the game to join, but I think it's going on until March, I think. So when I saw these mittens, I'm like, okay, I need to make this. So I got one pair. You have to have, it just uses one ball of one color, and then you buy the contrast color. These two balls will make a pair of mittens. And I have no idea what these colors are called, but I will put all the details in my project page. I haven't made it yet because I just started these yesterday. I started these last night. So, and they're going so quickly, and they are totally addicting. I don't know. Am I saying that right? I'm French. I'm sorry. Bringing out my Canadian there. Sorry. Okay. So yeah, this is the pattern. This is the thumb gusset, and the pattern is very well written. I am making size 5, which would be an adult medium. There are 6 sizes. So there's 3 child size, and then there's 3 adult sizes. Again, free pattern, and yeah. So I totally recommend this. It is very easy. I started on DPNs. On 4mm, and you do 1 by 1 rib, and then you follow the pattern. You increase, and then you go up a needle size, and I am on 4.5mm. I wanted to do them with DPNs, but I don't have 4.5 DPNs. So I'm doing it with magic loop, which is good. I'm not crazy about magic loop. I'm odd. I actually like DPNs. I'm old school. I don't know why. My socks, I make my socks on DPNs. But yeah. But magic loop, I know how to do it, and it works well too. So these are so cute. So cute. And so I have no idea if these are gonna fit. They are fitting so far. I did not swatch, but these are mittens. So I was like, if they're too big, I'll just gift them. And because they're super quick to make, I can make this just in one night. And so, but I think they're gonna fit. I think they'll be fine. Yeah, so that's my last whip. Oh, Canada mittens, free pattern, Let Lopi. Oh, and this is super affordable. 8 ball. These are super affordable. $8 for 1 ball. So, and then you get a pair of really, really warm mittens. So I recommend. It's awesome. And those are my whips. Now, I went a little bit crazy at the yarn shop. So, but I have a plan for all of these, except for one thing that I purchased that I don't have a plan yet, but I couldn't leave it there. So, I am going to share my acquisitions. If you are not interested in that, I totally understand. That's why I'm keeping it for the end. But I'm going to show the yarn that I got and what I want to make with it. So let's go. Okay. First thing that I bought this a few weeks ago because it was on sale, right? It was on sale. That's why I did it, right? You need an excuse to buy yarn. You can always blame it on the sales. But I have been eyeing this color in this yarn for a while. And when it went on sale, I do not have a plan yet. I don't know what sweater I'm going to make with it, but I know I wanted to make a sweater with it. So look at it. It is so nice. It smells so good. It smells so good. This is Barocco Ultra Alpaca. So this was on sale for the month of January, and I had been eyeing this color for a while, and I knew I wanted to make a sweater. I've already said all of this stuff, but yeah, so I haven't decided yet. I have been going over and over in Ravelry to look at patterns, and I didn't want to rush it. I have more than enough whips to keep me busy right now. So what I'm going to do is I am going to browse, still look. There is one sweater that I really like. It has a textured yoke. I don't remember what the name of it is, but it's not released yet. It's still in testing. So I've been seeing it on Instagram, but it has a textured yoke, and I think it would be really great in this. The color is numbers again. This is, I can tell you on this one. The color is 62115, and it's kind of like a mauvey, light purpley mauve. I don't know. I love it. So if I can't find a pattern, or I can't make up my mind on a pattern too, this would make a great Felix sweater. I already have one Felix, but I know I want to make another one. So, and it's soft and it smells good. Okay, so that was my purchase from a couple of weeks ago. I also purchased some more. I have another one caked up. So sorry. So this is again Barocco yarn, and I got this at the same time. It was on sale, and this I got 3 skeins of this, and I caked one up because I'm all ready. It's going to be used for a test knit. It is going to be a shawl. Oh, I cannot wait. The color is numbers again, but on the website that I got these from my local yarn shop, and on the website it was called Barley. So it's a beigey gray. It has gray tones and it has kind of beige tones, so it's kind of like a grayish, and I really love it. And it's going to be a test knit. I haven't started yet, but I am going to start soon. And it will be a pattern by Chic and Regal Knits. I think I'm saying that right. And I've tested for her before, and when this popped up, I was totally interested in this shawl. It's going to be a shawl that I can wrap around, and it will be warm. This is kind of like, this is more worsted, or sometimes they say that it is an Aran weight. So the shawl that I will be making, I needed 3 skeins of worsted weight yarn, so I decided on this. It's going to be lovely. I can't wait to start. I'm ready. Yay! And so that was another purchase from a couple weeks ago. And yesterday I got the Let Lopi for the mittens. I got that, and I got this. I think that's it. Yeah, okay. This is the last thing that I got, and I couldn't resist. I have no plans for this yet, but oh, this was new in the shop. So it is called Dipinto. Yeah, I don't know if I'm saying that right, but anyway. Oh my goodness. Look at those colors. They are so nice. So that there's like this gold, there's kind of this gold shine. There's no, it's not stellina. It just has a sheen to it. Oh, it's so, so nice. Love that maroon, well, not maroon, but mauvey, dark purple, and this color too. It's pretty true to color. And there's kind of like some greens, light greens. Anyway. Oh, this is, what is it? 50% acrylic and 50% virgin wool. So it's really soft. It has this little halo to it. Oh, I can't really see that. But anyway, I just saw this. There were, I think there was like 3 or 4 different colors in this line that she had, and there was only one skein of this color. The other ones were more like darkish greens and reds, and oh my goodness, this one, and I kept picking it up, and I kept squeezing it, and I kept looking at the colors, and it really wanted to come home with me. So I got this, and this was on discount. This was on clearance, and I saw this. This is Essentials Super Kid Mohair Silk. Oh, look at the color. It's a goldish color. This is, it's blowing up a little bit, but yeah, oh, it's so nice. So I kept looking at it, and it's on clearance, and so it was a really good price, right? We need to have our excuses. And it is, oh here, it is 70% mohair and 30% silk. I love it. So then I was like, okay, see this? Look at it. How perfect is that? Like, is there anything else more perfect? I don't know. I don't know. I don't think so. So it goes so perfect together. I had to get it. So there was only 2 skeins left. So what I want to make, I am going to make some sort of shawl with it. There is 360 meters, and it's 100 grams. 100 grams. So I don't know. I usually like longer shawls that I can wrap, kind of like this. I'm all unsettled now, but yeah. So I love wearing it like this, but depending on the gauge of needles that I use, I have no idea what shawl pattern, but I want something that I can wear kind of like this. So we'll see. But I just, yeah. So I'm going to be looking at patterns, and I'm thinking I'm going to hold it with this strand of mohair, because it's like they need to be married together. They need to. So if I don't use the whole skein, I will have another one, and this, I'm just going to have it in my stash, and I can put this in a cowl or a hat, or I don't know. But it needed to come home with me. So when I got back home from the yarn shop, picking up all of that stuff, seeing all of those lovely people, I was on a high. I was so happy. I was so happy. It was a good day. It was a good shopping. And yarn makes me happy. And knitting makes me happy. And you guys make me happy too. I think that's it. That's all I have as in knit talk and yarn talk. Oh my, this has been going on for a little while now. I see it. I'm at like 50 minutes. So life stuff, again, snowstorms. That's pretty much the only life stuff that really happened. We are gradually coming out of a lockdown. The restrictions have lowered a little bit, and my son started hockey again. He's not playing games yet, but he will be able to in a week. So looking forward to seeing him play hockey again. That's going to be exciting. And my daughter is venturing out. I think they want to do more outings at the mall. Fun. So that's good for them because they really need the social interaction. But other than that, I have been home where I love to be. I'm a hermit. I love to be in the house, even if it's cleaning. Well, I don't really like cleaning, but anyway, when I'm home, I'm happy. Yeah, so what else? I've been meaning to start to read. I got a book from the library. It is called From Ash and Blood, from Blood and Ash. Anyway, something like that. It is a fantasy book, but I've read that it's a romance. Well, romance. It's got a love story to it because I'm a sucker for a romance, a good romance book. That's my little secret. I'm not embarrassed by it. I love to read romance novels. I got hooked on those from my sister when we're 8 years apart, so she's older. And so she had romance novels at the house when she was still living at the house, and she was like in university, and I would go in and start sneaking and grabbing some of her books, not stealing, borrowing without asking. And but it's funny, she totally noticed that they were missing, and then she was asking like, "Are you reading these books?" And I'm like, "Yes." And she's like, "Oh," and then she's like, "You should read this book and you should read that book." So she totally got me hooked on romance novels because they're happy, and I love love. I can't read real stuff because a lot of the times it's sad, and I don't do well with sad. I'm such an emotional person that I can't do that. I can't deal with it. So it needs to be happy. It needs to be love. And going back to that book, I need to start reading that book. That means I need to stop knitting and read that book. So I want to do that. And I only have 3 weeks to do that because I think it's on hold for other people. So I have to get on that. What else? Not much. Yarn, work, I get home and I clean, and then I knit. That's basically my life. So also, before I forget, I wanted to share some podcasts. I wanted to share 2 French podcasts. They are relatively newer podcasters. One only has like 2 episodes, but I think she's probably going to have one soon, another one, and the other one has 4 episodes. The first one is Tricot Meringue, and her name is Vanessa, and super lovely girl. She has a baby daughter, and she knits. Like her sweaters. Anyways, I love her style, her aesthetic in the house. I love the styles of patterns that she chooses, and very lovely knitting, and super enjoyable to watch. So that's Vanessa from Tricot Meringue. I will link these down below. And the other one is Mari Mai. That's the name of the podcast. And her name is Marina, and her episodes are quick, but her knitting is superb. She has made a magnolia bloom as well, so please check her out as well. And I'm pretty sure she has more episodes to come. And so, yeah, I haven't been sharing too much French stuff. I'm going to try to incorporate a little bit more French in here, but maybe not a lot. But anyway, yeah. And the other one that I had mentioned is not French, but it is Amy from Noble Character Crafts. And I will link her down below too. Yeah. And lastly, but not least, I am going to link a recipe as usual. This one's a good one. So if you already have a recipe for brownies made from scratch, and you love it, you keep that recipe. That's totally fine. But if you do not have a recipe for homemade brownies, oh my goodness, these are easy, and you probably have everything. It's butter, flour, eggs, chocolate chips, cocoa powder. I think that's maybe it. Maybe that's it. So very basic recipe, but the kids and my husband and I, we love it. And it is super easy. I've made it, every time I've made it, it worked out great. I have shared that recipe with my sister-in-law, and it's her go-to recipe as well. I will never buy from box. There's nothing wrong with buying brownie boxes, but I just know that I have everything here to make them. So super, super good. And I will link the recipe down below. We've made, I talk about this recipe because we made, I made it last weekend. And so the day that you make them, you need to have vanilla ice cream on hand. It is perfect. Scoop of ice cream and that brownie. Oh my goodness. I'm starving right now. It's really good. And so yeah, try it out. You will not regret it. I will link it below. And I think that's it. So thank you so much. If you're still watching, thank you so much. Merci to have stuck with me to the end. And I hope you are well. I hope, I wish you a great couple of weeks with lots of sunshine and lots of knitting and yarn. Yay. And if you ever want to let me know what you're working on or want to share a recipe with me, please do. You can comment down below. I read all the comments. I try to reply to all of them. I usually do. If I have missed your comment, I am so sorry. I usually go back even like a few weeks after. I usually try to go back and see if there's any new comments, because I just love to hear from where you are, what you're working on, and if you want to share a recipe, please do. Or, oh goodness, if you like romance novels, if you have a really good novel or an author, please share. Yeah, I would really appreciate that. I really want to get back into reading. Okay, is that it? Am I saying everything? So yes, and thank you for commenting. For those who take the time, thank you so much. I love each and every one of the comments. And so if you've liked this episode and you would like to like and subscribe, that is awesome. And if you don't, that's okay too. I'm totally fine with that. This is just for fun. And yeah, okay, enough babbling. Thank you again. Merci beaucoup pour regarder. On se voit à la prochaine. Thank you so much for watching, and I'll see you guys next time. Happy knitting. Bye.